All right, 11.4, three-dimensional figures. Polyhedron, okay, vocabulary words that you have to know. A solid bound by polygons are called faces. So those flat surfaces on the diagram are called my faces. Looking at this diagram, I have how many faces? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces on this diagram. Did I count it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 6 faces here. Okay, those are my faces. Edge, this segment that is formed by the intersection of two faces. So finding my edge, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. Okay, 12 edges on this diagram. The edge is the line. Okay, yeah, so I traced them. The edges are my lines. The vertex, we know what vertices are. So if I'm looking at this, my vertex, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 vertices. I have 8 vertexes. Vertices on this diagram, okay? That's where 3 or more edges meet. Okay, this is called a polyhedron. Okay, polyhedrons for plural. If I'm looking at this shape, what is the name of this shape? It's a three-dimensional shape. This is a prism, and this is called a trapezoidal prism. Okay, so please make sure you write that on there. Trapezoidal prism. Okay, so you have to know what faces are, edges are, and vertices are. All right, types of solids. Looking at my solids, I have my polyhedra, prisms, and pyramids. Please don't get those two mixed up. A lot of students don't know the difference between prism and pyramid. Prisms, if I flip them on its base, it's still going to stand. It's not going to fall over. But looking at my pyramid, there's only one base. If I flip it over, it's going to fall to the side. Okay, so please understand the difference between a prism and a pyramid. And then those are my polyhedrons. Looking at the next one, what is not a polyhedra? Anything that has a curved side. So if it has a curved side, it's not a polyhedra. Okay, so please look at the difference between the two. All right, so going over what a prism is. How do I name a prism? Please pay attention to this because you will be naming your prisms. To name it, you use the shape of the base. Okay, so looking at this diagram, trying to name it by the shape of the base, something to also be aware of. Sometimes it's not going to be standing on the base, okay? So sometimes it may not be sitting on the base. So if it's not sitting on the base, so what do I know is my base if it's not sitting on my base? If it's not sitting on your base, it's going to be the two sides that are the same, okay? You have to look for, I'll make a note of that. Look. No E and look. Look for two of the same shapes. Okay, that's going to determine my base. So if I'm looking at this diagram here, I have rectangles and I have pentagons. However, my bases are my pentagons because those are my two same shapes. They're congruent and they're parallel. Okay, so your bases are always congruent and parallel. So this is called a pentagonal prism. Okay, where is my altitude or my height for this diagram? It's always the perpendicular distance. Okay, we should know what perpendicular means. If you don't remember what perpendicular means, It's the right angle. So in order for you to find that perpendicular distance, you have to look for your right angle. Okay, lateral faces are parallelograms formed by connecting the corresponding vertices of the bases. Okay, those are my lateral faces. And how many faces do I have in my pentagonal prism? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Okay, and then I also have my edges and my vertices. Okay. Again, like I already said about my bases, they're congruent and they are parallel. Things we have to know about pyramids. Its base is a polygon with n number of sides, the n number of lateral faces that meet the vertex. So looking at my base has a specific number of sides. Here are my sides of my bases. And those faces all meet at my vertex, okay? Again, your pyramids where the number of sides, okay, and those same number of faces are going to meet at your vertex. That's my pyramid. Again, I don't have 2 bases. I'm only going to have 1. So looking at this, where is my altitude or my height? Okay, your height is from your vertex straight down to make a 90-degree angle. It's not one of the diagonal sides. It has to be a perpendicular line from the vertex. That is your height. How do I name this shape? To name it, you use the shape of the base. So this one's not necessarily telling me it's a square. So this would be called a rectangular pyramid. Okay, not a prism. It would be rectangular pyramid. So when you're looking at it, you name it by the shape of the base. All right, Euler's theorem. Okay, this uses the number of faces, the number of vertices, and the number of edges of a polyhedron. They're related by the formula F plus V equals E plus 2. So how do we use this? Why do we have to know it? This formula is just a way for you to check that you counted correctly, okay? So this is a way to confirm that you counted correctly. No, you don't have to use this. That's fine if you don't. But again, it's a good way to check. So looking at this diagram, faces, counting, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces here. So they labeled it as 6. Vertices or vertexes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are my corners. I have 8. And then my edges, we're going to have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say I counted incorrectly. I messed up somewhere. If I plugged it in, let's say I did F, which is 6, plus my sides equals, let's say I counted 11 edges, plus 2. If I added them, and I got 14 equals 13, I know I did something wrong. So it's just a way for you to check yourself. Then I'm going to go back and count. And then again, let's just say I counted correctly this time, and I had 12 plus 2. That's going to give me 14, so I know I counted correctly. So it's up to you if you want to use it or not. Yes, it is pretty easy to count. You guys could always use a highlighter to check or highlight whatever you need. But this is just a good way to check yourself. All right, go ahead and work on these examples. It says, tell whether the solid is a polyhedron. So I need a yes or a no. If it's no, leave it alone. Move on to the next question. If it is a yes, I need 4 things from you. Name the polyhedron. Find the number of faces, vertices, and edges. So go ahead. I'm going to give you a few minutes, and then we're going to check them. All right, let's go ahead and check our work. So tell whether this solid is a polyhedron looking at A. Is it yes or no? It is a yes. Okay, it's a polyhedron. And who could tell me what is the name of this shape? What's the name of this shape? What's the name of this shape? Be specific as possible. How would I name this, Jonah?
A square pyramid.
This is a square pyramid. The base is a square. It's telling me all my sides are congruent. So I have a square pyramid. So square pyramid. All right. So because it is a polyhedron, let me go ahead and name how many faces do I have? Good, I have 5. How many vertices? And how many edges? Good. Okay, so yes, we can check ourselves. F plus V equals E plus 2. 5 plus 5 is going to give me 10. 8 plus 2 is also going to give me 10, so yes, I know I counted correctly. So this would be my answer. Okay, again, you don't have to necessarily check, but I'm just checking. Looking at B, is this a polyhedron? No. So just nope. And looking at C, is this a polyhedron? Yes. And what kind of shape is this? What is it? A triangular prism. More specifically, it's a right triangular prism, but triangular prism's fine. Okay. Okay, going ahead and naming, how many faces do I have? How many vertices do I have? 6, and then how many edges? 9. Okay, good. Questions on this example? Okay. All right, cross-section. Please pay attention to cross-section. Most students either have a really difficult time on this or it's super easy for them. So what cross-section is? It's if I were to take a knife and slice something and take those 2 pieces and stamp it on a sheet of paper, what shape would it make? That's kind of how I like to describe it. So it's the intersection of a plane slicing through a solid. So think about this. If I were to take a cylinder, what's a cylinder? Does anybody know? A cylinder is like a can, right? If I were to take a can and cut it, take my knife from top to bottom, straight down the middle, and I were to take it and separate it into 2 pieces and stamp it on a sheet of paper, what shape would that make? So visualize it. I have a can. I'm taking a knife. Okay, instead of a can, let's make it a cake. If I were to take a cake and cut it in the center, straight down the middle, from top to bottom, not horizontally, vertically, straight down the middle, what shape would that make? If I were to look at the cake, look at the 2 slices, what shape would it make?
Rectangular, semicircle.
It's either a rectangle or semicircle. It can't be both. It's not a semicircle.
What type of cake?
Any cake, just a round cake, yes.
A rectangle.
It would be a rectangle. It would be a rectangle, okay? So if I were to take a can, pretend this is a can, slice it in half. What shape is this?
Oh, the bottom shape.
It's a
Oh,
rectangle.
it's the middle shape.
It's the middle shape, not the, guys, it's where I'm taking my knife and it's where I'm cutting it. It's not where I'm looking at it from the top. It's what is the slice that it's making. So looking at this diagram, I have a triangular pyramid. That cross section, if you want to call it my purple side, but keep in mind it's not going to be purple on your quiz or test. If I were to slice it, what shape is that purple side? It's a triangle. It's a 2-dimensional image. Think about it as if I'm going to take it and stamp it on a sheet of paper. Okay, do we have questions on that? Yes.
So why does it say pyramid?
It's saying that the shape is a pyramid, but the cross section is the slice. The cross section is the slice that I'm cutting. What shape would that be that I would cut it at? Okay, so my plane is slicing it. I like to think about it as if it's a knife and I'm cutting it. What shape would it make? So go ahead and look at these examples. Try them on your own. And then we're going to go ahead and answer them. All right, checking our work. Let's go ahead and look at it. A, what shape would that make? What shape is my cross section? Good, this is a square. Again, you guys have to know your shapes. What about B? Rectangle. Okay, please be aware it's not a square. If I'm going diagonal, it's more elongated, so it's a rectangle. All right, C, what shape is that? Trapezoid, good. And D, what shape is this? Good, triangle. And then E, circle. Okay, one more question. Looking at E, if I were to, again, take a knife or a cross section and go straight down top to bottom, what shape would it make? A triangle. Okay, good. So understand cross section. A lot of people have difficulty on this, but please pay attention to it.